Hi. Whiteout. Snow blurs boundaries, shifts our perception, covers irregularities, smooths a path, buries unwelcome news under an avalanche of inane trivia about the weather.
Good evening, I hope you're all doing well. Let's sort this lighting out before we crack on. There we go. And we'll turn this music off as well. Good evening, I hope you're all having a good week. Yeah, it's really sunny in Wales at the moment. Hello Emma, how are you doing? Say hello in the chat if you are still here, because I know I had a chat with a few of you before we started, so I had a chat with you in the chat. But if you're still here, say hello. I'll say hello to you on screen then. But yeah, it's good to see you all anyway. The weather is so warm here. It is so warm. It's like we're in the Mediterranean or something, and it's Wales. It's not normally like this. It's normally like disgusting at some point, but it's just been so warm all the time. Hello Mark, how are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so I don't know, the weather. And I'm working on not very much sleep, so you'll have to bear with me. For some reason my body decided that 4:30 this morning was a good time to wake up, so that's when I woke up. I don't know why your body does that sometimes. It just sort of like wakes up at like, you have like 4 hours sleep and it's like, do you know what, that's enough for you, get up now. Oh, I hate it. I hate it when it does that. So you've got like slightly sleep deprived Kim, who's like a little bit loopy, and because I'm not one who drinks coffee, this is hot chocolate, it's not even like I can kind of like perk myself up with caffeine or anything, because I don't consume caffeine apart from if I'm ill. But yeah, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Vibes Durisix. Hello, Vibers? Vibers? Can I call you Vibers? Yeah, hello, anyway, hello, welcome to the live stream, and Jay's Free Chill Sounds, hello. The music that you were listening to earlier on, before I come on, so when I have this screen showing, that was Jay's Free Chill Sounds. So if you're interested in getting yourself some copyright free music, if you are a YouTuber, then I recommend going to check out their channel and subscribing. And using their music if you want to use it. Up to you, do what you want. But I recommend going to check them out anyway. Hello John Collins, how you doing? I saw you earlier. Well, to be fair, I saw Jay's Free Chill Sounds earlier too. And I saw Emma Collins earlier. Yeah. Mark is having a hot day. We have to fire up the stove this morning, raining and thunder. Oh, that sounds horrible. We don't get thunderstorms very often here at all in Wales. We had, saying that, we've had like 2 in the past like month. But beyond that, we haven't had anything for like ages. We tend to get them like once or maybe twice a year. We don't tend to get like the weather really. Hello Emily, how are you doing? Yeah, we don't tend to get the weather to like require thunderstorms to like snap at any sort of coolness, but it is so warm today. I wanted to go for a walk and it was just too hot. I was gonna end up burning or something. Not even burning, just like turning straight into ash. It was too warm. Right, so the plan for this evening is we are going to do our travel news. We're then going to be looking at dumb laws, and then we are going to be doing a travel quiz. The travel quiz this evening is in a little bit of a different way, but I think you're going to have fun. Do you ever have snow there? Not very often, if I'm honest. It tends to rain all the time, usually. We don't tend to get snow so much. We get it sometimes. We had a little bit in the winter, but it was like literally like that thick and it lasted for about 2 hours. But no, not really. Muy bien. Tú? Yeah, bien also, Emily. Are you practicing your Spanish? Right, yeah, so what we're going to do now is we'll start looking at the travel news. Unfortunately, there isn't going to be a video coming out this evening. The video that we had planned to come out tonight is actually taking a little bit longer to film than I thought. We're doing research into the best apps to use when you're travelling, and usually we can do videos in quite a quick turnover, but because we're having to do like the research into the apps and stuff, this one's taking a little bit longer, so no video tonight, but we got a live stream anyway, even if I am tired. Yeah, right, let's get on into the travel news. The travel news. We need to go into this. Woo! That's the, this is the channel to go check out if you want copyright free music. You are getting all the plugs today, Jay's Free Chill Sounds. So there's not many travel news at the moment. You can see what I've been looking at because I keep on getting ads for shorts now. I'm trying to find some new shorts. But I don't know, I can't find any with size. Anyway, the news. We're not looking at shorts. The news. Travel restrictions. Airlines call for UK to fall into line on quarantine. The only sort of significant change in the news since Friday is the airline company still wanting the quarantine not to go ahead, basically. Opposition to the government's travel quarantine plans is growing ahead of its introduction next week, with senior members of the IATA, the global air travel body, asking why the UK strategy is at odds with the rest of Europe. He said that holiday opportunities for millions of people rely on the UK government having a clear and transparent mechanism for reviewing the quarantine, set to be introduced on June the 8th for all international arrivals and reconsidered every 3 weeks. With the rest of Europe looking to move away from the quarantines and lockdowns, the question has to be asked why the UK government is now moving in the opposite direction. More than 1.5 million British jobs are supported by aviation. 100 billion in GDP is generated by air travel in the UK. This measure puts the immense contribution at considerable risk, and well as the foreign holiday opportunities for millions of people. Today, more than 200 travel companies wrote to the Home Office to ask them to reconsider quarantine measures, while UK airlines have written to the Departure for Transport with a list of 45 countries they believe should be exempt from the isolation period. That would be amazing. If you could put that in place, I would be well up for that. The 45... Anyway, so that's that. Basically, they're still looking for the government to have some kind of leniency with this quarantine that they're planning on bringing in, which I hope they do. Another update, which I haven't got any sort of pictures of on here, but one that I thought was quite interesting. So there's a hotel that my Google and for helpu. Oh, very good. Googling in Welsh. Ydych chi'n cael diwrnod da, Kim? O, da iawn, Mac. Google yn ffrind ti. My Google and for help. So basically what Mark just said is, am I having a good day in Welsh? Emma said, oh, well done, Google's your friend. And Mark just said, Google is helping. Very good. Yes, I'm having a very... I'll answer in Welsh. Rydw I yn cael dydd da. Diolch yn fawr. I'm a little bit rusty with Welsh, so yeah. What was I talking? Right. Update to, there's a hotel that I like going to in Greece, and they've announced what they're planning on doing through the summer. So the hotels in Greece can open from July the 1st, I want to say. And what this hotel is planning on doing, so the buffet's staying open. It's pretty much they're running the hotel as usual, apart from they're spacing out the sunbeds a little bit more than they normally do, and they're not going to be running the contact sports, water sports part of the hotel, but the pool's still going to be open, but they're going to have lifeguards making sure that not too many people get in the pool at once. So at least if you go to that hotel, it's almost business as usual. I thought they opened up today. They may have. I can't remember if they said June the 1st or July the 1st. I can look quickly. July the 1st they're opening. Where's this hotel? It's in Greece. It's called Acti Imperial. Good to see you in Greece. We'll be there. Will there be second-hand shops for you to visit there? Do you know what? They don't really have stuff like that in Greece. Not where we go anyway. We're not going to Greece until next May, unless I can get like really cheap flights. Yeah. So, but I haven't seen any sort of second-hand thrift stores and stuff like that in Greece. They maybe have them on the bigger islands, or maybe in the city. I don't know. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. That's how one hotel are approaching the coronavirus. They're still going to open. They're running much the same, so your stay won't be affected that much, which I thought, you know, is good considering. Another cool thing that I saw today is... Oops, sorry. This video was released by Aer Lingus. And it's the new safety video, which kind of outlines a little bit of what they're planning on doing in the hotel on their flights. Sorry, bear with me. I'm choking on a piece of chocolate that I didn't mix properly in my hot chocolate powder. This Aer Lingus video, what I'll do is I'll put the link in the chat if you want to go see it all, but I'll play a little bit of it now because some of it's really interesting. Let me know if this isn't loud enough for you.
We love travel and have always taken great pride in looking after you so that you feel safe and comfortable when you fly. But we all know that it's set to be a bit different for the next while. So we're putting lots of new measures in place to look after your safety and your well-being the next time you fly with us.
Airports, similar to other public spaces, are implementing new procedures to support physical distancing and to reduce contact. You will see the use of protective screens, hand sanitisation stations and staff that have close contact with passengers wearing face masks. And you are reminded of the importance of good hand hygiene, respiratory etiquette and limiting contact with surfaces. We will be asking you and your fellow passengers to make sure you are fit to fly, and if you are experiencing any COVID-19 symptoms, we would ask you not to travel to the airport. We are encouraging everyone to check in online, check in their luggage and use self-service kiosks where available to minimise contact.
We are introducing an enhanced cleaning system on all of our aircraft. Hospital-grade disinfectant is used to spray treat all hard surfaces. Your tray table, armrests and windows will be deep cleaned by hand daily. The inside of every plane is thoroughly disinfected. All of our Airbus aircraft are fitted with state-of-the-art air filtration technology as standard. These are the same air filters that are used in operating theatres in hospitals. 99.97% of airborne particles, such as viruses and bacteria, are removed by this air filtering technology, and cabin air is replaced every 3 months.
We are introducing new boarding and disembarkation procedures. Boarding will now be small groups at a time and according to your seat row number. At the boarding gate, you can now scan your own boarding pass and show your passport or ID to the Aer Lingus staff, making this process contactless. In-flight services, including food and drink, have been suspended on short haul, while a reduced service is available on long haul, with contactless payment for any purchases. There will be reduced passenger movement in the cabin throughout our flights.
To keep everyone safe and well, our cabin crew will be wearing face masks for the duration of your flight. It is now mandatory for all passengers to wear a face mask or covering to fly with us. Face coverings can be reusable cloth masks or disposable masks, and we recommend that these are worn from when you enter your departure airport to when you leave your destination airport. Together, we can all do our bit to keep everyone safe.
So we've been getting ready to get back into the air, and we hope our new safety measures show you how committed we are to looking after you on your next journey. We can't wait to see you on board again soon, to get to your next business meeting, to connect you with faraway places, and to reunite friends and families. When you're ready to fly again, we're here.
Well, I was just going to play a little bit of it, but then I got really interested in watching her again, so I played it all. Hopefully it's not copyrighted or anything, but I think, yeah, I thought that was a really interesting video to show, because I know that a lot of you are interested in travel, or what the future of travel will look like, and when we'll be travelling again. Obviously I can't give the answers to when we'll be travelling again, because who knows, but this is basically what the future of travel is going to look like, at least for the short term. We will put off our Germany trip until 2021, just to give the world a chance to get well past the virus, and then it'll be party time. Oh yes. I'm expecting all the holidays that I wanted to do in 2020 and 2021 are all going to be in 2021. This is going to be the norm, to wear masks when we're travelling now. Yeah, pretty much. I can see it being like a long-term thing. We're planning a trail trip across the USA for next year, a lot safer, having our own cabin. Yeah, cool. That'd be very cool. That's a good website, thanks for sharing it, Reth. No problem. It's on YouTube, that video is. It's NI Travel News Online, so I'm guessing it's Northern Ireland, but it's the Aer Lingus plane. The percentage of the air filtration is so promising, love that. Yeah, this is the thing where people say about the air filtration on planes, and they're like, oh yeah, it's just full of germs, blah blah blah. That's how good the air filtration on planes is. They use the same filtration in operating theatres, so they're not, you know, they're good filtration systems on planes. It's just, unfortunately, when you are that close to people for so long, then if they are like a little bit sick, then you might get sick from planes, but the odds of you getting sick whilst being on a plane isn't any more than if you were like sat on a bus with loads of people, you know? Where are you going to go first, Emma? Emma says anywhere they'll let her. Pretty much the same, you know? I will, anywhere that says you can come in and back with no quarantine to the UK, that's the first place I'm going. We hope to find a pub in Scotland to visit. Do you think there'll be any open? If you come at the moment, no, but if you come next year, probably. I dare say you would enjoy Oregon, USA, and we would welcome you. Yeah, I've heard that Oregon's really nice. I've heard that Oregon's really nice. It's very sort of rural, isn't it? Mountainous. Do you think it's safer on planes or train? Do you know, there seems to be more safety protocols in place for planes, but I wouldn't like to say. I haven't done any research on it, so anything that I'm saying is like purely like plucked up the top of my head, but I wouldn't be able to say, but I would assume a plane, but I don't know. I've been reading about the new HEPA filters they've been installing on planes and trains. Oh, cool. There we go, Emily. They're installing filters on trains as well then. I'm not too sure I'm keen on going to the USA at the moment, especially with what's going on. Seems quite unsafe with people in power being total stars. Yeah. I'm sorry for everything you're having to go through with the States at the moment. It is a horrible situation. Well, not horrible, it's like devastating, and what happened shouldn't have happened. But I'll talk a little bit more about it a little bit after. But yeah, then again, we did go to America like 3 months ago, so sorry, I've lost my place in the chat. You're all talking. Oregon is very rural. You would do a lot of driving. Your country would fit in our state. Do you know what? Probably would. Our country's quite tiny, to be fair. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll put the link for it again, just in case you want to grab the link and watch the video later. You're going to see me on the screen now. There we go. So just in case you want to watch that video later again, there it is in the chat for you. But what we're going to do now, if there are sort of no more questions about travel news, because to be fair, there's not much change at the moment, we will go on to dumb laws, USA. So I already started this segment before it all started kicking off in America, and I really hope that you lot who are in here today, who are in the States, you're staying safe. And what's happened there at the moment is like devastating, like truly terrible. And what happened shouldn't have happened. Not nowadays. Well, not ever, to be fair, but especially not now. Like, racism shouldn't be a thing. I don't understand it. I don't understand racism. I don't understand homophobia. I don't understand transphobia. I don't understand racism. Like, the concept of it and why somebody would hate somebody for something that isn't them just being a terrible person just does not make sense to me at all. But that being said, there's not just dumb people in charge of America, there's also some dumb laws in America. You think we have dumb laws in the USA, Kim? I think you do. And I think that the UK has dumb laws too, and I think Canada had dumb laws too. There are dumb laws all around the world. So what we're going to do now is start looking at dumb laws in America, because some of them are really weird. Law number 1. In Little Rock, Arkansas, the law states that no person shall sound their horn on a vehicle at any place where cold drinks or sandwiches are served after 9 p.m. What we're going to do as well, what I like to do with these laws, is to try and figure out what happened for this to become a law. Like, why would somebody, right, I understand, right, don't sound your horn after 9 p.m. because people are sleeping. But why is it so specific to a place where cold drinks or sandwiches are served? It is so specific. Like, cold drinks or sandwiches, and why 9 p.m? If you have any theories, then state it in the chat. Law number 2. In Alabama, it's against the law to sell or use stink balls or anything like that that intentionally creates a bad odour. So like those fart sprays that you get, we used to have them. I didn't used to use them, but silly boys used to bring them into school and spray them down the corridor. That is illegal in Alabama. Law number 3. In Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, whispering in a church is illegal and is seen as disturbing the act of peaceful worship. It's law because it's meant to keep peace and quiet in public areas of restaurants, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'd figure that. It's just, you'd think that it'd be illegal to honk your horn everywhere, not just specifically in front of a place that serves sandwiches. So don't go to Subway after 9 p.m. and start honking your horn. It's still against the law to park our horse in public here. I think we have like really weird laws in the UK as well. It's illegal to hit your mat out on the street. In London, you can't like clean your mat in the street. No idea. Law number 4. Gainesville, Georgia explicitly outlaws eating fried chicken with anything other than your hands. Although the law isn't really taken literally and is rarely enforced, one visitor was arrested for using a knife and fork to eat her fried chicken in 2009. I don't eat chicken, so I don't know, but I don't know. Wouldn't that be like a weird thing? Why are you in jail? I did all these disgusting things. Why are you in jail? I ate fried chicken with a knife and fork. I shouldn't laugh, but I'm assuming you wouldn't get arrested for eating fried chicken with a knife and fork. But just the fact that it's law, I read this one was apparently more of a publicity stunt to up tourism, rather than anything that was like specifically like anything went wrong to make this a law. But still. Law number 5. In New Hampshire, in an effort to stop illegal seaweed harvesting, lawmakers crafted a law that stated no one could pick up seaweed off the beach at night. So, don't pick up seaweed in the night time. Law 6. According to North Carolina Law 18B 308, it's unlawful to consume or sell alcohol in any room where a bingo game is being conducted. So Gala Bingo and Castle Bingo are going to be down and out in, if this was law in the UK, and pretty much every pub in the UK as well. I don't think Emma would be happy with this law either. Can you imagine? Well, I don't really drink, but or play bingo. Did you know that in Carmel, California, people need a permit to wear shoes with heels taller than 2 inches? That would be nice. I'd be down for that. Because I don't wear high heels either. I'm just saying like loads of stuff that I don't do. I don't wear high heels. I don't play bingo or drink alcohol or eat chicken. What do you do, Kim? Travel, but not at the moment. And choke on hot chocolate powder. Law 7. In Tennessee, it's illegal to share your Netflix password for others to stream services. This isn't just Netflix. This is any streaming service. It's supposed to stop illegal streaming of content, but Emma, maybe you want to log out of my Netflix. Would they be considered stilts above 2 inches? Maybe. we're back to the other law. Do you know what? I've realised that my chat is so behind, so lagged. I'm about like 30 seconds behind you when you comment on stuff. I hate it. I wish it'd speed up sometimes, but this is it. This is where we are. I have a lagged chat. Yes, so Emma, no more watching my Netflix. Oh, what am I doing? Law 8. According to law in Wisconsin, both butter and cheese have to be highly pleasing and free from any undesirable flavours and odours. So you can't have like horrible cheese in Wisconsin. It's illegal. I don't know what counts as a horrible cheese. There's not many cheeses that I've tried that I haven't liked, to be fair. Even like the mouldy ones. And I'm like allergic to penicillin and moulds and stuff, and I probably shouldn't eat them, but I eat them anyway. Emily, I'd need a constant permit if I visit Carmel for your high heels. Oh snap, I was just about to ask you if I could borrow your Netflix password. Do you know what? Everybody else uses it, so why not? Everybody seems to use my my Amazon Prime account as well, Emma. And yeah, everybody. Law 9. In Alabama, it's illegal to drive blindfolded. Why do they have a specific law for it to be illegal to drive blindfolded? Don't know. Oh my gosh. They take cheese very seriously up there in Wisconsin. I read on when I was doing the research for this that they're very like serious with their cheese. Like to have something in law that makes it illegal to have horrible cheese, they must be pretty serious. Like, we like cheese in the UK, and we've got like a few cheeses that we make ourselves in Wales, but it's not illegal to make like a horrible cheese. Can you imagine if you're just trying to make cheese in your house and then it was like, you know, not very nice, and then the police come knocking on your door and throw you in jail? Be with that woman who ate chicken with a knife and fork. Yeah, so don't drive. It's illegal to drive with those sunscreens in your car window too. I'd imagine, like, why is it even illegal? Isn't it just like assumed that you don't drive with stuff obscuring your view? And in the UK, it's illegal to drive 25 miles to check your eyesight. Oh, Law 10. In Arizona, it's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub. And that is the end of the dumb laws of the US. Isn't it obvious what the the driving blindfolded one? You'd think it would be, but I don't know. I'm not going to assume anything about America, but I don't know, if some states need to have laws about driving blindfolded, then maybe, I don't know what to say. It's also illegal to not make proper use of one's mental abilities. So you're not allowed to pretend to be dumb, pretty much, then. You have to, if you're smart, let me put my webcam back on. There we go. So if you're smart, you have to be smart. But you've got laws to tell you not to drive blindfolded and not to put donkeys and sleeping in your bathtubs. We're going to be moving on to the quiz now, so if you want to get a paper and pen, this would be the time. I'm an American, and even I don't make assumptions about the USA. I'm zipping my mouth about that. I don't want to get in trouble. I got a new water bottle, by the way. Look how shiny that is. I love it. Everybody who I've seen for like the last 3 days, I've been like, look at the water bottle, it's so shiny. I'm easily pleased. Anything that's got like shine or colour on it, that's I'm on it. Don't forget, the best one is that it's illegal to rip those store tags off your pillows. I'm sorry, Mark, that you have to live with that. We had one before. It was an EU law. We have loads of weird EU laws in the UK because we used to be part of the EU. One of them was your Hoover can't be like over a certain like percentage of sucking, or some kind of like it can't be too powerful. There used to be a law about the shapes of bananas and cucumbers, and that they can't be like too wonky. They have to be like a certain like curve or something. Like, I don't know, I don't care. I've seen bananas wherever they look like, as long as they're not black. And like, I'll eat cucumbers regardless of the shape. I don't care if a cucumber's like curved like a banana. Does it really matter? But apparently in the EU it does matter. Quiz! Has everybody got their pen and paper? It's going to take like 30 seconds for this to respond, so I'm going to assume that you all have. So shall we start the quiz? So, I have got a quiz explanation. Wait a minute. Maybe it would help if I didn't have the answer on the screen. There we go. So this is a mock-up of one of the questions that we did on Friday, just in case you weren't here. So basically, I'm going to be showing you loads of pictures with my face covering part of the monument. What we're going to do then is go through and we go through it, and you get 3 points basically. You don't get 3 points, I lied, you get 2 points per question. This one's Statue of Liberty, by the way. So, you get 1 point for naming the actual monument. You get half a point for saying the city or the state that it's in, depending on if it's a city, if it's a state, if it's a province, blah blah blah. And you get half a point for the country that it's in. So you get 1 point for naming the monument, half a point for the city or the state or anything like that, and half a point for the country. So altogether, the quiz is out to 20, so there are 20 points to get altogether. What you're going to do is write down the answers on your piece of paper, and we'll go from there. We'll go back through it at the end, and we'll see who the winner is. You know where that is, New York, only 3,000 miles away from me. Do you know what? I think it's about 3,000 miles away from us too. But that's the quiz. Did I explain that right? Tell me if you understand what I just said. If you understand how we're going to be pointing it and how you write it down, and then we'll go back through it and I'll say the answers. So no answers in the chat yet. Only answers on your piece of paper or in your head. Cool. Question 1. Hopefully I've got rid of all the answers for these. Question 1. I have trivia as well. Understood. Thank you, Emily. So, this is the world's largest monolith statue. It measures 20.22 metres in height, 19.3 metres in width, and 73.5 metres in length. It was believed to be built about 4,500 years ago by the pharaoh. So, where am I in that picture? I don't know how long to leave them on the screen for. So I'm going to be having, I try not to cover all of what it is, and I've tried to have like the trivia things are kind of like hints as well, just in case. So we'll move on to question 2. Question 2. Oh, I forgot how ridiculous this was. I did them all on Saturday morning. How did they get your head on the statue, Kim? Oh, well, I carved them. The idea of creating a sculpture was dreamed up in 1923. They wanted to find a way to attract tourists to the area. They worked as this sculpture Try again. Come on, Kim, you can read English. The idea of creating a sculpture was dreamed up in 1923. They wanted to find a way to attract tourists to the area. It worked as this sculpture is visited by nearly 3 million people annually. And if you were here on Friday, it was one of the answers to one of the questions. I was saying I did all these early on it was late Friday night actually. I lied, I did all these not long after the live stream on Friday, and I was really tired and I forgot how ridiculous this was. So I must have been like partly delirious or something, because I was sat here in the dark for like an hour and I didn't even notice it'd gone dark. Just doing this. Question 3. In 2003, this monument was featured in Britney Spears' Toxic music video. That's not really a hint, I just thought it was really interesting. If you want to know the answer, go watch Britney Spears' Toxic music video. It only costs $50 to park your car in the parking lot and watch out for the gift shop. Oh, probably. Do you know, I read, going back to this one, actually, I can't say too much, otherwise I'll give too much away. I'll try and remember to say what I was going to say now, back when you go through it. I'll write it down. There we go. Who's Britney Spears? Do you know, you're probably better off not knowing who she is, if I'm honest. Question 4. I forgot how stupid these. Oh my god. This is the largest Art Deco statue in the world. That doesn't really help very much. But I really added this just because I thought it was ridiculous. Can we do, this is in, there we are, it's in South America somewhere. It's in a country, obviously it's in a country. It's in South America, because that actually gives a hint. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Just a reminder, so we're doing the name of the monument, or the thing, the city or state where it is, and the country. Just a reminder of what you're writing down as an answer. Question 5. Right, and we're looking for the thing that my face is hiding, not the thing next door to the thing that my face is hiding. Because I realised that there's 2 monuments in this picture, and I don't want the one on the side, I want the one that I'm hiding. The original cost estimated to build this building was $7 million. The final cost was $102 million, and it was largely paid for by a state lottery. It's only a little bit over budget, isn't it? $95 million. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if I went to work and I told my boss that I was going to cost like a certain amount to do a project, And then it turned out it was £95 million short and I needed £95 million more pounds. I don't think my boss would be very happy, considering my boss is my mother. I don't think she'd be very happy. But oh my gosh. Anyway. That didn't really help either. It is south of the equator. There we go. Actual hint for where it is located. South of the equator. Question 6. Why am I shouting? I've got to be careful which slide I pick up because I don't want to accidentally pick up the answer rather than the hint. More than 1 million labourers were recruited for the construction of this huge project. And I'm going to move this down a bit, kind of there, and then you can look above where the writing is, and it gives you a little bit of a hint of what it is as well. I block the main part of what it is, but you can see above what it is as well, smaller. Whoa, you give great hints, Kim. Oh, thanks. This one is north of the equator. I think. Yeah, I think it's north of the equator. I have to Google it now. It must be. Yeah, it's north of the equator. There we go. Question 7. This one's north of the equator as well. So when completed, it will be the tallest religious building in all of Europe. Well, there we go. It's in Europe as well. And this picture I've used a few times on a few questions. So it's not the first time I've used this picture if you're in my live streams reasonably regularly. And Emily knows where it is. Careful, don't be giving things away too easily now. Oh, well, you love this one, I know. I try and put things in for people who I know who will be visiting the live stream, and I know that some of them will be more obvious to others. You know, trying to take into account where people might know places, as well as just throwing in like a random curveballs as well. Yes, Emily, you got this. Question 8. So, with this one, I want to know, not the street, because obviously the street is Union Street. I want to know the island that my face is hiding. I want to know what that island is. When Spanish Lieutenant Juan Manuel de Ayala Beckham, the first known European to sail through the bay in 1775, he christened the rock outcrop the Spanish for Island of the Pelicans. So if you know what Island of the Pelicans is, you can kind of figure out where this is. It's in the Northern Hemisphere. You can kind of figure it out where it is though by the look of the streets and the incline of the streets. But I'm hiding an island and I want to know the name of the island that my face is hiding. Question 9. Northern Hemisphere, by the way. Where are we? There we go. Translated to English, the name of this structure roughly means high city. They were constructed as a centre for local life, culture and protection. Think we went down there? Possibly. I don't know why you think that we would have been there. Jeez Louise, you give away it all, Kim. I know. Especially seeing what side of the equator is. This is north of the equator. Did I say that already? Yeah, High City. I think you can just about see a flag of the country that it is, but you like literally have to like squint to be able to see it properly. I know the country obviously because I made the questions, but you can kind of ish. Okay. Question 10. This is in the northern hemisphere. There we go. So this one is really interesting. It's not really a clue. I just found it really interesting. So the building's owners originally constructed the mast as a docking port for lighter than air dirigibles. The scheme called for the airships to manoeuvre alongside the building and tether themselves to a winching apparatus. Passengers would then exit via an open air gangplank, check in at customs office and make their way to the streets in a mere 7 minutes. So lighter than air dirigibles, that word, another word for a blimp basically. So they made this building, the mast on the top, basically so that blimps can tether to it, because they thought back when they built this that blimps were going to be basically the next form of air travel, and it was how people were going to get around. Obviously, until that one like exploded and killed loads of people, they thought that the future of air travel was going to be blimps. So they built this tower as a sort of a docking point for it. The reason that they couldn't do it was because the winds are too strong at that elevation. They tried docking one once and they just about managed to do it. They then tried again, and the closest they could do was they dropped some newspapers from the airship to I think they dropped it to a platform on the building, but they couldn't actually tether the ship to the building. Yeah, I thought that was interesting, and sorry if you had to listen to me talk about that and you weren't interested, but you know, this is my live stream, so this is it, isn't it? And that is the end of the quiz. Woo! Any pictures that you want to see again before I go through them and tell you the answers? And also, I want you to give me feedback on this type of quiz, if you enjoy it or not. Because I do these quizzes for your enjoyment, and if you don't enjoy this type of format for a quiz, then I won't do it. There's no point. Because to be fair, they take longer. So I'm not going to do a format of a quiz that takes longer if people don't enjoy it. Why would I do that? So did anybody need any questions? Did anybody need to see any of the pictures again before I go? Let me know in the chat, and if you're all ready, then I'll crack on with the answers. Oh, you both enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's what I need. I need people to like up my ego. Statue of Liberty. Yes, you got it right. Very good. You enjoyed it too. Well, let's see if you enjoy it when you find out how much you got. Question 1. Let's get these off. And the answer to question 1 is the Great Sphinx of Giza in Giza, Egypt. I'll remove my face. That's what it looks like without my face in the way. Can I see a pic from the north of the equator? Maybe after I'll find the north of the equator. Hey, there's some that are from the south of the equator too, so I'm not leaving out any side of the equator. These just seem to be very North Equator heavy. Egypt, yes, Egypt. Question 2. I need to get a faster way of moving all this rubbish out the way, but the answer is Mount Rushmore, Black Hills region of South Dakota, USA. I will accept Black Hills region or South Dakota. Queen Kim of Egypt. I am Queen of Wales, thank you very much. I'll move my face out the way as well now. That's what it looks like on my face. Oh, some of these really crack me up. Mount Rushmore, yes. Question 3. So Britney Spears did a music video here. This is in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the Eiffel Tower, Paris, France. And that's what it looks like without my face. I've been to the Eiffel Tower. I went last year. I climbed all the way to the top. And enjoyed very much. It was probably one of the highlights of Paris for me. Another highlight was we went on a river cruise. We had dinner on the river cruise. This is the Britney Spears Tower. It's been officially rechristened as Britney Spears Tower. We went on a boat down the Seine, a tour, but we had dinner on it. And oh my gosh, do you know what? Do you know they say that the food in France is like good? That was probably the best food I've had in my life. And I have eaten a lot of food. So if anybody knows about good food, then it's going to be me. And the food was, outstanding. Such a good trip. Question 4. I've got to move all this out the way. There we go. The answer is Christ the Redeemer, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And without my face on it, a little, I'm going to say it's a little bit like offensive for the religious people, but there's Jesus without my head on. I apologise. Yes, Christ the Redeemer, very good. This one made me laugh. Do you know what? It made me laugh too. In my tired, delirious state when I made it, it made me laugh too. That's why I included it. And I think I'd like to go visit it one day. Not because I'm like religious or anything. Like the views from the top across the city look so beautiful. So I'd like to go see the views. And yeah, that's it. Number 5. Let's get rid of this. This one was in the Southern Hemisphere, remember? And the answer is Sydney Opera House, Sydney, Australia. And this is what it looks like without my face all over it. And the reason I was saying it was the building behind that I wanted and not the bridge, because I know that the bridge is quite well known as well. So it wasn't the Sydney Harbour Bridge, it was the Opera House I wanted. Yes. The real one made you laugh as well. Oh, good. See, the thing is, I do stuff and I think it's funny. I don't know if anybody else thinks it's funny, but you know what? If you can't make yourself laugh, then I don't know. Question 6. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so this one has a few answers. So, this is the Great Wall of China in China. But there's got to be like a state or where it is. So if you chose any of these, then you have that half a point. So Gansu, Ningxia, Shanxi, Inner Mongolia. I can say that one. Hebei, Tianjin, Beijing, and Liaoning, and it may be in Huarui too. Oh my gosh, I obviously can't speak Chinese, but it crosses like. Trying to find the answer with this one was quite hard because it told me that it went across 15 provinces, 11 provinces, and 9 provinces. So, honestly, if you've just named somewhere in China, then you can have the half a point for the place. So if you've got Great Wall of China, and then almost the name of anywhere in China, then have 2 points. Enjoy, because it goes to so many places that it was so hard to find where it actually went. So congratulations. Question 7. Emily, answer in the chat, boy. Let me get rid of this. Or Emma, either one of you. So the answer is La Sagrada Familia, Barcelona. I am hiding a church. And this church is really interesting. I read something really interesting about it. So, the type, the side of Christianity that is building this. I know there's like different segments. I'm not very like versed in religion stuff, if I'm honest, but they believe anyway that man can't create anything greater than God can. So this building is like half a meter shorter than the mountain, because they believe because God makes the greatest thing, they can't create anything taller than the mountain that it's by. So it's about half a meter shorter than the mountain, is what I read. Yes, Emily, well done. Have you been inside? Or well, I'm guessing you've seen it because it like dominates the landscape, doesn't it? It looks really pretty though. Because I was doing the looking at for the pictures of it. It looks really pretty. It's taken them 150 years to build as well. I think I read somewhere. Anyway, this one. Apparently, I've been here. So that means that Emma's been here too. Oh, you've been to You've been here. Very good, nice. It looks so pretty. It's beautiful. It looks really pretty. This one. The answer is. That's not the answer. The answer is Alcatraz, San Francisco, USA. And you know what? Talking about another good trip was Alcatraz. I think that was my favourite trip of all the time that we went to San Francisco. It was really interesting. I'm not really one for like audio tours. I'm more of a person who just likes to go walk around a place and discover things, but the audio tour mixed with walking around and hearing the stories that went on there and stuff, it was so interesting. And plus I like going on boats, and we got to go on a boat, and plus the view from Alcatraz across to San Francisco is really pretty as well. So if you ever go to San Francisco, it is worth paying the money to go over to Alcatraz. You were stationed there as a Marine a long time ago. That is really cool. What, at Alcatraz or in San Francisco? Because if you were stationed in Alcatraz, that's pretty, well, San Francisco's cool anyway, but yeah, I really enjoyed Alcatraz. I really liked it. Emma loved it too. Yeah, it was really interesting. I've never been in an actual jail before. John Collins enjoyed Alcatraz too. Yes, it was very good. Question 9. I have to get rid of that. And the answer is... You need to go there. Yes, you do need to go to Alcatraz. The answer is the Acropolis in Athens, Greece. And I'll get rid of my face. There we go. That's the Acropolis. So even if you could figure out it was an Acropolis, but you didn't know that it was in Athens, it's good. It's fine. Across the bay from San Francisco in Amida. You were never a prisoner there. I'm glad you were a prisoner there. We stayed in, when we went to San Francisco, we didn't stay in San Francisco. We stayed out of San Francisco in a town, I think it's about 40-minute drive away, called Novato. It was like it's North Bay area, I think. Too many Welsh faces in the way. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is that where the USS Hornet is? What, Athens or San Francisco? I'll Google it. It says that USS Hornet Museum is a museum ship located in the southernmost pier of the former Naval Air Station Alameda. I can't say it. Alameda. But yeah, that's the place. So where Mark was where the Hornet is. Yes. Next one. Last one. USS Hornet is an old ship from World War II. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I got distracted. I need to tell you what the answer is. It's Empire State Building, New York, USA. And that's the picture of the building. Empire State Building, New York, yes. Well done. I want to go there one day. That's on my bucket list. I really want to go. I want to go as far up as they will let me go without having to like start climbing up the mast. Second World War aircraft carrier. That's the Hornet, yes. I think that's what Google told me. I'm not going to even pretend that I know. I'd love to go here one day, maybe next year, because I am like amalgamating trips onto next year. I've got some places booked already. Where are we? Webcam. Hey, webcam. Hello, I'm back. You've been there? No way. That's really cool. I've got like a few places that I want to go to in the next couple of years. One of them's Iceland, which I'm booked to go to in November. And then the next big trip after that, I think, is going to be New York. Like, not the next trip, but I mean the next sort of like expensive trip. Because we're going to Iceland in November. And then I'm going to Amsterdam in March. And then Greece and Turkey in May. And I think we're going to... Where are we going? Canada in March too? New York, I found 5-day, so flights and 5 days in a hotel. 5 days, 5 nights in a hotel. And transfers for £700. So I thought that was really decent. And the hotel was in Manhattan. I have an idea for a great quiz that would help me learn about travelling abroad. And then my dad wrote Canada. Go on then. I'm open to ideas. Tell me your idea, considering I have like a lag as well. Oh, I want to know your scores as well. Tell me your scores. It's out of 20, remember? Tell me your scores. I want to know who won. I'm thinking about doing a prize at one point, maybe in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll do a prize. We're planning a rail trip across Canada for next year. Nice. My dad wants to go. John Collins is my dad, and my dad wants to do that as well. He keeps on like sending me messages about trains going across Canada. He sent me a link to one going from Toronto and then another one from was it Calgary or was it Edmonton? You missed the Spain question, but got the rest. Well done, that's really good. Emma got 12.5 out of 20. That's really good. Well done, Emma. Mark got 18 then. John Collins got 8.5. Emily got 10.5. Thanks for the quiz, Kim. No problem. And Jay's Free Chill Sounds got 10. So the winner is... Could you give us a destination and then we need to find out how to travel there? No, Emma, you have not won. Mark won. Edmonton, there we go. You give us a destination and then we need to find out how to travel there. The only problem I got is that I get... Oh, you missed the one with too many Welsh faces, Grace. So you had 16 then? The only problem I got is that I've got a lag with my chat. So I can do like a certain amount talking to you, but then it gets quite hard because of the lag between you lot talking. It seems like you lot can talk to each other, it's fine. And then it's like a 30-second lag for the chat to come through to me, which is really weird. Because I've got the chat on two screens on my screen. I've got it on the side screen by me and on the browser as well. So even if there was a little bit of lag of it coming onto my streaming app, it should not be so laggy onto YouTube, but it is. No, I don't. You do win. Mark won. Mark won. Congrats. I'm typing in chat. Emma came second though. Oh, John Collins came second. So, Mark won. John Collins came second. Emma came third. And Emily came fourth, and Jace Wilson came fifth. I'm an old grandpa, but it seems like a miracle for me to be talking to someone in Wales and Spain at the same time. Emily's not in Spain, she's pretending she's in Spain. Emily wishes she was in Spain. Emily's in London. I'll blow her cover. She's in London. But, yeah, she wants to go to Spain, and she's practicing Spanish. But we do every Saturday night we do a quiz on through Zoom, and there's a few of us there, and there's one of them's from Reunion Island, which is down by Madagascar. And I always forget that he's from down there, and it blows my mind, the fact that we're in Wales and there's a load of people from London on the call as well, and then they're down like in the southern hemisphere, all the way down there, like on a video chat with us, just playing like a quiz. It is like, it blows my mind, and I'm not like an old grandpa like you say, but it blows my mind, the fact that they're all the way so far away and we're like all the way up here so far away, and yeah, we can be on like a video chat together. It's crazy. because I still remember, like, I'm not too young, too old. I remember, like, the times before the internet and the start of, like, forums and chatting online and stuff and dial-up and things like that. Like, I'm not so old or young that I don't remember times like that. But, yeah, it's crazy. If anyone knows a fluent Spanish person that can help me with learning Spanish, that would be great. I know uno cerveza, por favor, and café con leche. Try and figure them out. Yeah, that's almost all I know. I know Coca Castagnolo and muy calor, no? I don't know, I've lost, that's it. Muy caliente, is that it? Have I just sworn accidentally? I don't know. Make that 2 beers, please. Yeah, dos cerveza, por favor. There we go. Yeah, that's the end of the live stream. Normally, I'd be saying there's a video come out, go over to the video, but if you weren't here at the start, I don't have a video coming out today. The video that we're making at the moment is taking a little bit longer than videos normally take to make. It's one to do with travel apps and which one are best, and I should have bumped the video a bit because it's taken longer than I anticipated to make, but I didn't. I thought I could do it. I was over enthusiastic with my time and what I thought I could do within the time, and I didn't get there. So that video's coming out Friday. So no video tonight, but we had an extra long live stream. I've been live streaming for 15 minutes longer than I normally do, so there we go. And you had my face a million times as well. You're learning German but have an edge. My wife is German. Very good, nice. I tried to learn German a few years ago, but it's quite a hard language. I remember none of it. I learned quite a bit, and I've forgotten almost every single word. My memory is terrible. You have to go and do your chores. I have to go as well, to be fair. It's nearly dinner time and my belly is telling me it's time to go. To be fair. Love your live streams. Oh, thank you very much. It's nice having you here as well. So you are welcome anytime. We go live. What is it? There. Every Monday and Friday at 6 PM, and we'll do a little travel quiz on Friday probably as well. Maybe it won't be all my face because that's a little bit egotistical and I've forgotten the word. Very like me, look at my face, look at me. But maybe we'll have a few of the questions that are like that. Yeah. But thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying because shall I go to live stream, Kim? Oh, thank you very much. Very kind. I'm hoping that means very good. I just guessed that. I know that Uber means good in German, or super, or something like that. Yeah. Nice seeing you all. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it's very nice to see you all, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the live streams. And if you have anything that you would like to see happen in the live streams, I'm not above taking suggestions because obviously the more things that you suggest, the more things I can do, and the more work I have. So, you know, pile it on. But yeah, if you have something that you want, on Friday we're doing Dumb Laws of Australia. If you are interested, hopefully there will be some kind of travel news update that's actually decent. And yeah, hopefully. Tell Kitty we said hello. Kitty, I haven't seen Kitty almost all day because it's so sunny out. He pretty much lives outside now. When it starts raining, he'll come in. I'll see him again when it rains. he comes and he has food, he goes out again, and I'm not going to see him now until the next time it goes cold. Apart from to like bug me for food. Yeah, but I'm going to go down Lows of Spain. I can do that next Monday, no problem. No problem. No problem. Down Lows Spain. There we go. Down Lows Spain on the list. It's not going to be this. It's not going to be Friday. It'll be Monday. Love to see me wrestle a croc down under? I don't think so. I'm not even going to look at a crocodile. But I'm going to go now because, I don't know, because I want dinner, pretty much. And you lot need to go anyway. So, yeah. I'm glad you all enjoyed. It's very nice to see you all. It's always a pleasure doing these live streams. And I know they're like a little bit different to my normal videos and things like that, but we can all have a laugh as well. It's good to learn things, but it's also good to have a laugh. So it's not all about like learning about travel and blah blah blah. You know, there are other things beyond like learning how best to sleep on an aeroplane, you know, and visiting the place. It's about having fun whilst you're there. And if we can't travel and be there, then we can have fun in our houses. Yeah, cool. But thank you all for joining in. I'm glad you enjoyed. Congrats, Mark, on being the winner of the quiz. And have a good week. Auf Wiedersehen. Thank you very much. Same to you. Have a good evening, day. Have a good day. And everybody else in the UK, have a good evening. Yes.